Your absurd defiance ends here, hatchling.
We will win this.
The fires of the thousand suns.
Until the others arrive to challenge me for this.
Well,
Try me, fool!
Hello there. I want to make a build overview of the character that I just finished min-maxing. It is a Ballistas Archmage build, not a new build. I myself played it a few weeks back, but there are a few new things that were added. First of all, of course, it's the Dorani prototype Merc setup, which gives us free lightning damage. The second and more interesting part is Soul Eater, which we can get from a new unique ring. Why do we focus on Soul Eater? It is because we have such helmet, which applies our cast speed to attack speed. And Soul Eater gives us both, like 225 of attack speed and 225 of cast speed. And because of helmet, we gain both of them applied to attack speed, which means like 450 attack speed. It's insane amount. And the best build for such helmet is Ballistas Archmage. So it all comes together as a package, a very convenient one. So how do we get souls for Soul Eater? Ring expect us to use access that expire. And each expiration is 1 soul or 20 souls, dependent on rarity of enemy. So we can use Delph Ring that was reflected into negative value. I have here a 48 skill effect reduction, and also Hex Touch adds 50% reduction. So I have a duration of my temporal chains of 0.1 second, which is short enough so our blade fall can reapply it after expiration instantly. And it is a new blade fall that works unless your mana runs out. So I click it once, I then run around the map and I get stacks passively, so I don't need to do anything. But again, blade fall requires you to come close to mobs. Not every time you can do that. For example, in some juicy blight maps, if you come close to mobs, they one-shot you, so you need to replace it with Stormbrand and cast it manually from distance to sustain stacks. You don't need to do it often, like one every 10 seconds, but you need to do it. And also a few points about the ring. First of all, I bought it for 50 divines. Now it might cost 100. It is possible to make it by yourself with a bit of effort. Main course stat is what I talked before. The second one, maximum mana, is what we scale, so it's important. Cast speed is nice but unnecessary. And what I want to talk about is total mana cost reduction. So why is it important? And because I use agnostic. And in my case, agnostic with 8k mana and only 3k life is basically 50% life regen, which is insane if we want it every day of the week. So, but if we use agnostic, we can appear in the situation where we have 0 mana for a few seconds, because we need to regen our life. And when that happens, we need ability to run away. And because of mana cost reduction, I can use shield charge. with no cost, and also Flame Dash, which is leveled to 6 specifically to have no mana cost. And because of Soul Eater, my shield charge is basically teleport, so I can run 3 screens away in 1 second with 0 mana. And also I can use Frenzy for free, which is fastest attack. With Soul Eater it attacks 20 times a second. It gives Frenzy charges, which is cool, but what I needed to do is to restore my mana. Because of Mastery that has 10% chance to recover 10% of mana, and also Watcher's Eye, which gives additional chance. So when I don't have mana, I can just spam Frenzy, and in 2 seconds restore all my mana. And also I have Alive Cannon Hit, which besides mana also recovers life. So because of those 2 things, I can run no region maps. It is uncomfortable, but if you really need to run such maps, you can do it like pretty slowly but consistently. And next I want to talk about the worst part of the build, which is Ballistas itself. They are pretty weak, so if you just use them out of the box, like put them on the ground in a hard map, they can die even before first attack. So you need to make them sustain damage somehow for at least a second. The first thing that you must do is 21 level, because it gives life. Next, you need to work with passives, but you don't have passives that increase sustainability of totems. The only cluster that can do that is here, which is far away. We don't go there. So instead we can use, for example, tattoos. There are only one, it's totem life. We can use here. I also have one here on Strange. I can't use those 2 because I have Healthy Mind here, and they are converted to mana. So I have only 3 tattoos available. And because we don't have passives, we can only go into clusters. And there we only have Ancestral Preservation, the only way to increase health of our totems. And again, clusters by themselves are pretty weak for Ballistas, so instead we use Megalomaniac and get some same value from 2 other passives. And here I have basically best setup I can get. Again, Ancestral Preservation mandatory, mana because we scale it, and some damage from marks. So that's basically the way I squeeze some survivability, and that's the maximum I can get without wasting other resources. Also, what can I say about passives? Pretty simple setup in the middle, many mana builds use it. First of all, I have Healthy Mind on the left, because I can't use it on the top, because I need Lethal Pride with the double damage on 3 passives. There are like 3 numbers for such combo. It's not very pricey, you can get it under 10 div. So because we have Lethal Pride on the top, we need Healthy Mind here. Overall, it's all about Light of Meaning, which is in the center, which gives us increased lightning damage, and lightning damage gives much more damage than maximum mana, so we want it here because of it, because numbers are bigger. And the last one is Unnatural Instinct to increase the value of Light of Meaning, and also accuracy and move speed and some cast speed and stuff and spell damage. It is a good Unnatural Instinct. It's even better than on the left side, because left side gives us skill effect duration, and we don't want it because it increases our course duration. So this one is the most efficient way to get maximum mana, maximum damage, and do not compromise our Soul Eater setup. And the last one jewel that I have is Watcher's Eye, obviously. 10% damage taken from mana before life is the most important stat. chance to recover mana is the second most important, and critical strike multiplier is if you can buy it, if you have it on the market. So this one is a perfect Watcher's Eye. Basically everything else is nothing special. Tattoos that I have for blind, 10% chance. Shock reduction to get it to 100 because I use Pantheon for 60. And on the top I have crit reduction. And with this one mastery I can get like 75 or something like that. Nothing else special here. About defenses. There are 3 ways that I saw which I could use for defenses. First one is to go armor and max res with brass dome. The second one is to cap a block and spell block with swelling. And the third one that I made myself is to go suppression and evasion. Why I choose suppression and evasion? First of all, armor and max res is just worse. It has less potential. Swelling, I don't like swelling because it takes a shield slot, so you can't have extra totem and you have less mana. So, and you also invest into block, so you have less passives on the tree. And when you go suppression, you can use all rares, which helps with resistances. You can have Chaos res. I have capped res when I use Progenesis. I have extra totem, I have mana everywhere, so for damage the best way to get it is to use suppression and evasion. Also, when I go to the right side of my Light of Meaning setup, I take some suppression and evasion, which is convenient, so it's all very synergetic. So to get a lot of evasion I have now 42k, and that's impressive, I have to say. It is a good value. Suppression I have capped. I get it from every slot, plus Quartz Flask, plus corruption on the boots. Without corruption you can get it through either maxing your chance on the chest or through tattoos, which are expensive, extremely expensive. And evasion I get through, again, some bases have evasion, not a lot because we need prefixes for life and mana, so we can't scale base values of evasion, but we have grace, which gives a lot, we have 2 flasks, which gives a lot, and increase evasion from somewhere else. So overall, like, we can scale evasion pretty good, and we don't really have a choice for aura because Vras is awful. It gives us flat damage. We have a lot of flat damage we don't need anymore. Like, Vras gives us nothing. So haste is the only offensive aura that we can get, but I better get it from my Merc because haste is not that good like before, because Soul Eater basically covers our attack speed, so haste weights less because of it, which means like we only have one defensive aura available, and grace because we choose evasion, so that's our choice. And obviously life aura, clarity and precision for Watcher's Eye. What gems do I use besides those? Again, Sniper's Mark, first of all, with second course from Amulet. You can anoint it if you don't have corruption, because first of all you use temporal chains through Bladefall, so you need second course. Besides that, again, mobility and aura setup, and what I didn't show before is Arcane Cloak. Again, simplest way to organize it with automation. And Power Siphon with, again, classic supports that just give damage, and reflect immunity from Awakened elemental damage. What about flasks? Again, Mage Blood, because it is an expensive build. Flasks, movement speed for shield charge, evasion and suppression, cover additional resistance to cover up what we lack. Crit chance, again, it's necessary for the last few points of crit. Courses, because again mandatory, and evasion. And the last one, of course, Progenesis. Again, because we use agnostic, we don't need life flask, and also because we use Mind Over Matter, we also have 10% of damage taken from mana before life from Ascendancy. We have additional 10% from Watcher's Eye. We basically have 60% of damage taken from mana, but we have unbalance anyway, so we have too little of life compared to mana. So when we get one-shotted, we still have mana left, which is not perfect. So to get balance closer to each other, we use Progenesis, because it basically works as extension of life pool. And in my current situation, it is the most effective way to increase my maximum effective hit taken. And downside of Progenesis is not important, because again agnostic covers it up. So we have degen, but we have insane regen anyway. We don't mind it. What else I can say about items? First of all, attributes. A lot of it comes from Mage Blood, and then I need extra dexterity somewhere else. And I choose gloves because it was easier to craft here with essences, so that's why I have dexterity here, and we need dexterity for grace. Strange we can get less because we can downgrade shield charge, but we can't downgrade grace, so we need to get dexterity. Next is shield. It's insanely cool shield if you look at it from the perspective of the previous leaks. But now we have Shaper Exalted Orbs, which means we can craft shields with empty prefix without extra totem and then just slam it. It guarantees it. So that's not that crazy. Good shield, but not that crazy. And wand, best in slot wand. I recombined it into 3 prefixes plus attack speed, then Veiled Exalted Orb, and you have choices of critical chance, double damage, or critical multi. So Veiled Orb is pretty easy. You have a lot of choices there. Critical chance is the best because it also gives us stats. Strange is just good. Intelligence allows us to get more tattoos. So this one is the best one you can get besides Mirror Tier, synthesized mods and stuff. Amulet, important slot, because here we get 2 extra totems. We don't want to use Annoyed on unique gloves, because unique gloves are dog shit. Instead, better to use this amulet, so we get extra totems, and then we have 2 slots for damage. What we need from amulet is extra curse. I have here it on corruption, so I can have Annoyed besides extra curse, and I choose Always Angry. So lethality is to cover crit chance, and Always Angry is replacement for extra curse because I have corruption. So that's nothing else to say here. And the last one is helmet. Helmet is just plus max power charge, because we have another plus min power charge here. We just need to make use of it instead of going to passives here. Pretty easy to get such corruption. What's left is weapon swap. Here I have Manastorm. I once mentioned it in my older video that if you proc Manastorm, you can weapon swap and buff still stays. So besides Manastorm, I have maximum mana on my wand, so buff effect is increased. And how does it work? So here I place my totems, then I switch my weapon, use Bold Rage, switch back, and I have 60% more damage. and that's all. It just works. So what does this build uses? First of all, it is Doriani Merc, which gonna get destroyed in the next league. Second, it's Soul Eater, which might get nerfed. They should remove double dip. I guess it's just legacy from older systems. It should not double dip. And the third one is the Manastorm. I doubt they will notice it because this tech existed for like 5 leagues. Nobody cares. So play while you can. Here is Merc overview. All I need from Merc is to run around with Doriani and minus 200 lightning rays. All other rays is capped, of course, on this chows. Rings, standard, a lot of money spent here. I don't use calendar touch because it is bugged and you need to shuffle rings around every time you log in to make it work, unless your stats are broken. So you need to be careful with calendar touch. Defiance of Destiny just for survivability, Anoint for spell block, Shield with region spell block and recover life on block. All you need here is spell block, recover on block, and so on. Boots also for block, basic belt, again for my survivability, and nothing special on gloves and helmet. Everything just to keep him alive, buff me with haste, and give enemies the buff. Inspiring Cry is useless, it gives nothing, so all you need from Merc is haste, and I have no weapon just to make sure he doesn't die to reflect. That's all.